I want to show you something that really, really sticks out to me. He also, so this is Alan Blaine. I don't know who he is. I'm sure he's a great guy. Uh, his name is not Phil, so obviously he's good. He spoke about different visions for PvP going forward and where the new map fits into the bigger picture. Look at this. This is a key thing. Ready? 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 Are you ready? Much of the change is centered around a common feedback item we get in the PvP community, especially with modes like Control. Where is the teamwork? I don't know the exact way lobby balancing works, but I've heard some theories. It's like the Google algorithm. Nobody really knows exactly how it works except for the people that work there. They're not going to tell you exactly how it works because then you can manipulate the system, which people manipulate the system anyway. From my understanding, the way it works is it will put one really good player on one team and then two or three mediocre players on the other team, and then the one really good player gets the worst teammates because to make up for it, to balance it out, right? That's the theory, is that this guy is so good we can't put another good player on that team. So because if we put another good player on that team, then that team will be too good. They'll be a stacked team. They'll be the Golden State Warriors of Destiny, right? Sounds good in theory, but sometimes it doesn't always work well in reality. And so what ends up, that's a lot of pressure to put on the best player or a really good player, even if it's not me. It could be you. It could be you out there. And there's a lot of Reddit posts out there talking about this stuff. And I love reading these Reddit posts about Crucible to see other people's experiences, right? You have the new player experience that is like, bright-eyed, like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. I just love it, right? Then you have the player that hasn't played in 72 years coming back like, wow, there's so much to do. I miss so much. Oh my God, this is awesome. I get to use Jotun, right? And then you have the grizzled veteran player who's been playing since 2014 alpha beta player, right? Who's like, this shit sucks. And then you have the sweaty community that is like, I just want to stomp. So you got all these different perspectives out there. And which one do you, as a developer, which one do you go with? Who do you cater to as a developer? And that is the age-old question. That's something that no matter what they do, they will never make anybody happy. What I try to do is I try and bring some perspective from my experiences. And I have a lot of different experiences. I have the experience of a tryhard. I have experience of a very, very casual, don't care player. And I hope to get everything from in between. But when I notice that something is a problem, I try to point that out. And lobby balance is a problem. And some of these things have always been there since 2014, but you didn't notice it as much, right? You never, in 2014, 2015, 2016, did you ever hear me mention the term lobby balance? Ever? No. It's funny. Last night we watched a video called 7 Stages of Rage. Anybody remember that video? And it's funny because some of the same things I was yelling about back then, I'm yelling about now. Some things will never change. Crutches will never change. Spam in this game will never change. Raging about lag in this game will never change. That is the Destiny experience. And no matter who you are, and that's, to me, that's funny. No matter who you are, when somebody yells about lag, Leonardo DiCaprio, you understand it, you get it, right? You know that experience. You know about lag, right? Crutches. You know about crutches, right? Campers. You know about campers, right? Cheese. You know about cheesiness, right? So, but there's there's something that has been happening lately that I've been focusing my energy on, and that is lobby balance and matchmaking, but more importantly, lobby balance. Here's the problem, though. Back in Destiny 1, we were missing some things. We were missing builds. We were missing a lot of... I was actually going to tweet about power creep. And power creep is a very, very real thing. If you want a catchphrase, a buzz term for where we're at in Destiny, power creep would be that word, where you grow stronger and stronger. And I kind of think, if putting all that to the side, I kind of think they're leading to that for Lightfall, where we become so powerful that we basically do the Red War campaign all over again, and we lose our powers and blah, blah, blah. That's where I think we're going. I don't know the lore. I don't know that that's true, but that just... if that's part of their theme of what they're going for, then I get it. I understand it. But with that comes the experiences along the way of power creep, where everybody becomes stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And in Destiny 1, we do not have a whole lot of things. In fact, let's test something out real quick. All right? Before we go into Rift, I want to do a quick test. All right? This is something I've been wanting to do. I want to show you something that's a little different in this game.
Zone A captured.
How long did you have before spawning, Average? And so now I know you're going to be over here. And now I know you're going to be back in your spawn. Now this is just one person. You see what's happening, chat?
Gained the lead.
I'm messing up.
Fought like
Look
a
at this.
titan of the first pillar.
Average, shoot your gun the minute you spawn in. So this is why spawns seem so broken. You're faster than you've ever been. There was no skating like this. Oh, you're back. I got there too fast. Does this make sense? The enemy is always going to spawn away from your teammates. It's going to try to. Good players know this kind of shit, by the way. But imagine, like, me and two other people are covering this area. If we're good players, Average would never get out of this spawn. You see that? So, there are so many things that have changed from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. Not only have people played the game longer, but the builds and the different things, little tiny things like your mobility and your speed and shoulder charge and Icarus dash and all these things, map knowledge, all the different things grow over time, right? So it gets more and more and more and more and more. And so you just saw right there how you can exploit a map, how you can exploit spawns, how you can force people to spawn in specific spots. We used to do it in Gambit. Gambit had 3 spawns, right? One side, middle, or right side. And if your teammates were in 2 of those sides, you knew that guy at Gambit was going to spawn in that one spot over there. And you could have your rockets already, or your snipers already hard scoped on that spot. That's why, like, especially supers, that's why you get killed by the same super twice. It has nothing to do with super o'clock, and it has nothing to do with, you know, broken spawns. The spawns are the same in some of these games as they were in D1. But you're faster. People have more map knowledge. People know how to manipulate the game more. People's knowledge of the game has grown. And so all these things compound in the game. And so when you have these ELO and when you have these rankings and when you have this stuff going on, this is why lobby balance seems worse than it's ever been, because it's not a skill gap, it's an experience gap. That's what I've been trying to get people to understand about this game. The skill gap in this game is very, very narrow because it's so cheesy and because you're so powerful. Anybody can kill anybody. But the experience gap has widened tremendously with the knowledge that you have and that you've built over time in this game, with the maps, with the builds, with the weapons, with the metas, with the cheeses, with all the different stuff. That is beginning to be what sets people apart. And so it's no longer just skill. So Bungie still rates people based on their skill. I can go in and I can have an amazing fucking game and dominate everybody, especially with good teammates, and I'll do well with good teammates. But then you put me on a team and you give me people that are PvE players that don't want to play PvP, and I'm just here for the pinnacle, right? And I've got my raid gear on, and let's just get through this, right? Well, guess what? That one player is going to have a very, very, very hard time, because these guys on his team do not know the maps, do not know the spawns, do not know the choke points, do not know map knowledge, map control. They don't go for heavy. They don't, they go in Iron Banner, they try to capture all 3 zones instead of maybe capturing 2 and holding the enemy team back, right? On Burnout, they run outside and they capture B. All the shit that I yell about. And that's why I yell about it. So hopefully people remember. It's like yelling Jennifer. Hopefully people remember. The louder I am about it, the more I yell about capturing B on Burnout, maybe people will hear my voice the next time they're playing Burnout, and they won't go capture B and anchor their entire fucking team outside to a disadvantage, right? So like all that happens, right? And so that's why lobby balancing in Destiny 1 didn't seem so bad, because we're closer together on a skill level, and it didn't seem as bad. But Destiny 2 has gone beyond what Destiny 1 ever was. And so some of these things are becoming more noticeable. And then on top of that, Destiny 1 did not have crossplay, did not have PC, did not have these things splintering people and where they go and all that kind of stuff. Didn't have the rewards that it has right now. You got rewarded after every single game. You had bounties and you got rewarded. There were no pinnacle activities. There were no core playlists. You just go in and you play what you want to play, period. So this game has changed tremendously since it was made in 2014. The problem is some of the things that are still in here from 2014 have not been updated, have not changed, or maybe they have been updated. I don't know. Maybe they have made efforts to update them. But what I'm saying is they don't work properly for this game at this time. The lobby balance is the #1 thing hurting this game as far as PvP goes. And now you've got with the Bungie TWAB, you've got to focus on team chemistry, right? Well, that's great and all, but not if you don't have lobby balancing fixed, because we're still working off the old function of the most skilled player gets the worst teammates. How's that team chemistry going to work out for you? And now you know why I yell about the things I yell about. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. I appreciate all of you.